Hello everyone and welcome back to my Fallout playthrough where I'm trying to collect all the power armors, survive on whatever fusion cores I can, hopefully never run out, and beat the game in every single way possible. As you can tell, the video is being fast forwarded right now because I did a lot of things. First off, as you saw right there, I crashed, which shows why I have a rule stating I can save, and I use the saves just in case I crash, and that's one of the only reasons, and of course sleep benefits. Then went outside, watched this guy's brother get murdered because he thought his brother was a synth. I didn't care too much about that. Waited a little bit, went, got fusion cores from Arturo, which obviously I'm going to be needing. But that's not the most important thing that's happening right now. I'm about to get the best ally I can ever ask for. And not because they're necessarily the best in the game, but because I need them. And of course, that is going to be none other than Piper, whose interview I'm about to do.
Glad you dropped by. You holding up, Blue?
Yeah, holding up.
Look, I'm just gonna say it. You're a vault dweller. You might not be wearing the blue jumpsuit, but the Pip-Boy and that fish out of water look, dead giveaways. So here's the deal. You do that, and I'll tell you what. I'll come with you. Watch your back while you get used to the world above ground.
All right, Piper. I'm in.
Good. Let's get down to business. So, I know you're from a vault. How would you describe your time on the inside?
My family and I were frozen. I didn't spend much time in the vault.
Wait, they boxed you up in a fridge? The whole time? Are you saying you were alive before the war?
Yes. I'm over 200 years old.
Oh my god. The man out of time. So, you've seen the Commonwealth, Diamond City. How does it compare to your old life?
Honestly, seeing everyone surviving out here, rebuilding the world, it gives me hope.
That's surprisingly inspired, Blue. We're definitely quoting that. Now, I already know you're looking for your son, Sean. Do you suspect the Institute was involved in his kidnapping?
Sure sounds like they might be.
Not even a baby is safe from them. And people wonder why I can't just look the other way. For the last part of our interview, I'd like to do something different. I want you to make a statement to Diamond City directly. The threat of kidnapping is all but ignored in the Commonwealth. Everyone wants to pretend it just doesn't happen. What would you say to someone out there who's lost a loved one but might be too scared or too numb to the world to look for them?
No matter how much you want to give up, don't. You have to have hope that you'll see them again. Or at least, that you'll know the truth.
A strong note to end on, Blue. Thanks. That's everything. It's gonna take some time to put this all together, but I think your story is gonna give Diamond City plenty to talk about. Anyway, I agreed to come with you, right? Watch your back. Just say the word when you're ready. I can't wait to see where this story goes next.
Hey, Piper.
Heading my way?
Sure, let's go.
Will do.
Hey.
Where to?
After that conversation, and obviously getting Piper as an ally, I got a newspaper, I ended up walking out, my game ends up crashing, I went back, got Sheffield, a Nuka-Cola, I had leveled up, which you just saw right there, and I end up looking through all of them and put it into armor resistance. I forget what it's called. Toughness. Put it into toughness. As you can see, I'm obviously back, which is where I crashed. Right after I put it in toughness, I end up crashing. Talk to Myrna. She's like, "Oh, you're a person. You're not a person." Blah blah blah. I said, "You're crazy. Give me my fucking money." So I ended up selling all my ammo, getting caps instead, because in the original time I had gone and just got infusion cores and just had a ton of ammo on me, which is weighing me down a shit ton. So I decided I'm gonna sell them all, get less ammo, more caps, came over, got the fusion cores again, and then I began heading my way out. I'm not sure if it's going to show me giving Sheffield the Nuka-Cola, but it should right after I'm done talking with Arturo. Which doesn't take too long. I sell a bunch of crap I don't need, whatnot. Except my wedding ring. You never sell something with sentimental value. You saw I kept one Nuka-Cola too. I went, cooked whatever I needed, I guess. I don't remember doing this, but I did. Hop back into armor. Like I said before, I'm allowed to cook things to get out of the armor. It did not show me giving Sheffield Nuka-Cola, but he was already heading back to Sanctuary, so. From here, we're back on the quest. As you saw from the title of the video, I'm hunting after the X-02 suit, which is a Creation Club suit, but it's, I believe, fairly canon to follow anyways. Not that it matters to me. I'm going to be collecting any type of Bethesda-made suit that is inside the game because it's intentionally supposed to be there. So that includes Creation Club, any DLCs, and the standard suits, which I think adds up to around 11 to 13 suits in total. But like I said, today our main focus is the X-02 suit. See, this suit, you have to acquire it by doing a mission. I immediately knew where to head because I had just done this mission not too long ago. I did see Cricket. I was going to buy a gun from her, but on the other playthrough where I crashed, I realized I had nowhere near enough cash because of all the fusion cores I bought. But Cricket does have one of the best guns in the games. It's a submachine gun, otherwise known as a Tommy gun, and that shoots out .45 bullets, except hers is special because it shoots out explosive bullets. It also comes fully modified except for the barrel, which I believe you can make it to a light ported barrel. And I'm sure that also varies times to time, but every time I've gotten it, it's been practically the same. But before I went to go get the X-02 suit, I knew that I could get a couple pieces of another suit I needed beforehand. See, the X-02 suit is the main cause of this video, but that's only because of the fact that it's all grabbed in one go. This, on the other hand, won't be. Here, I came to find the Raider suit. See, Raiders have made multiple suits into power armor because the pieces are just hard to find. Here, I'm taking out a couple of them, but soon enough, you're going to see the main one I'm hunting down.
Let's do this, Riddle Man.
Yes.
Now that I've killed all the raiders, you're gonna see me do something very dumb. You saw that ash pile back there? Yeah, that was the power armor. Me, for some unknown reason, figured the guy with power armor fell into the fucking water. So what did I end up doing? For an entire segment of this video, I'm just fucking walking under here, collecting rads like they're Pokemon cards. Because I'm blind, man. I look at a pile of ash and I'm like, oh cool, someone was smoking here. I burnt the guy to a crisp. No one was smoking. Well, they probably were. And that's bad for them. Smoking kills. But the point is, I'm inside the water like an idiot. When I didn't need to be. I had no reason to be in there. But I was. For so long, just searching for this armor. And it wasn't there. After coming to my damn senses, I walk up, and sure enough, there it is. What I needed. And the worst part was, it was 2 pieces! 2 pieces of the armor I needed! 2! You know how disappointing that is? Very disappointing. But I took them, came over here, looked around, realized, hey, you idiot, there's nothing left for you here. And so I started heading out, back on my main objective. I end up running through the wasteland, you know, doing the usual things, killing a couple raiders, I think some ghouls in this area too, yeah, bugs, whatnot. Wasn't too bad, pretty easy going, simple things that you run into, obviously. I go heal Piper because she got her ass kicked. I don't even know what by, but she did. Search up a couple more things, and finally I get there. Watts Consumer Electronics. See, I'd been inside this place before. This is not me trying it for the first time. I've done this. So I go, I destroy all the deactivated robots, and there's a reason for this, obviously. I didn't decide to shoot them, because I wasn't wasting ammo. I break them down, that one started talking. It scared the shit out of me, because I thought it actually started working. But it doesn't. It just talks. Go, destroys all of his buddies. There was like 6 of them, I think. And obviously my melee damage wasn't the best, because I was just there whacking away. There was a rad roach, which was the only enemy in this place that got a hit off on me. I guess I gave Piper some things, because I was carrying a ton of military grade boards, etc, etc. Ended up collecting a ton of junk, went upstairs, killed the last robot, and once again, like I said, there's a reason for this. See, during this quest, I have to activate a terminal downstairs to find some information on, I think, a radio station. It should show you in a little bit right now what I'm talking about. This is me, 5 seconds into the future, telling you, I did not need to access that terminal, and the robots were not turning on. Anyways, I am here to tell you what these notes said. See, that holotape spoke of some sort of magical hero. This idea. A sort of folktale. A black devil. Some guy that would go out in this huge armor, defeating raiders, monsters, all alike, protecting the wasteland. This note, on the other hand, spoke of the same thing, but from a different person's perspective. An actual wastelander, not just some sort of storybook. See, this person Connie had a grandfather, and the grandfather told them that they never had to deal with raiders, because a person known as the Black Devil would come and deal with said raiders. After getting that, it just sent me to go find a radio station. So, I leave through the door, and I start heading out through the waste again. This radio station was obviously going to be the next pinpoint, but I had some way till I got there. Beginning through the wasteland, I look around saying, hey, where is my objective again? Where's Piper? And I continue off. Honestly, nothing interesting was going to happen, and I knew I had to get across a bridge. See, in certain locations in Fallout, there are random encounters that can happen, simply based off of luck. Sometimes you have one thing, sometimes you have another. This time, I ran into something I actually had never encountered on this bridge before. I arrive and I see 5 people. 2 farmers and some psychopaths. I step up thinking that I'm going to be able to bribe them. Instead, they start shooting. So, as any sane person would do, I loaded up my shotgun and I shot them. I saw that the first one was going to die, the second one wasn't. Immediately, I guess I didn't switch out. Immediately, I decided to use my body to protect all the bullets and break these guys' faces in before shooting this one. I had leveled up. Do I remember what I put this perk point into? No, but I'm sure I'll show you right now. Look around, toughness, whatnot, strong back. Ah, locksmith. I got that. I knew that the first things I always had to get was locksmith and hacker, because during a lot of these I'm going to have to be hacking things or lockpicking things just to get to power armors or through areas that I need to get through to find the power armor. But after that, I continued on. Thankfully for me, I ran into something quite fortunate up ahead. See that little spaceship? Yeah, that wing of the one on the right. Yeah, military things right there, whatnot. Point is, with things like this, locations like such, where it's pre-war, something happened here and therefore something was left behind. In this case, another suit of T-45 power armor. This one didn't have exactly what I needed, but it did have a right arm and a right leg, because I already collected the T-45. But still, collecting more pieces of armor was going to be useful for me. So I decided, hey, I'm missing a right arm and a right leg. And a left arm. Did I get a left arm? I was missing arms, left and right. So I took the new suits and I decided to put them on. And obviously that chassis is still there. See, I had another reason for putting this armor onto it. Whether or not you know, my allies can actually enter power armor. And while that in its own is good, the best part about it is they don't have to have a fusion core. So basically I could have Piper step into this thing, wear it as armor, and she carries it around without me having to worry about powering it. Because that would be more fusion cores for me to be worrying about. There was obviously this protection. I looked around, stem packs, whatnot. Waited to see if I can find Piper.
Hey.
There she was. Sent it to go inside the power armor. Waited for it to do so. And there she goes, opening it up, and like I said, without a single fusion core, she goes and walks in it. We then continue back on our quest, which, as you can see, there's a radio tower up ahead. And sure enough, that's the location I need to be at. But first, one of my power cores had been removed. I was down to 4, the one loaded and the other 3 I had backed up, which honestly was more than enough for me to get through what I needed to do, and I knew that. But it didn't mean I didn't want to hurry, because soon enough, I'm going to start running out more and more, and it's going to be harder to find some. I could always buy some, but that meant getting into a location that had a trader, and I wasn't always going to be near Diamond City or other places that have big sellers. And there they were, the Enclave. See, the Enclave was this old faction in Fallout 3 and 2. I'm not quite sure if they showed up in 1. And they did show up in New Vegas a little bit, not too much. But this is the remaining of the old government. See, the government knew the bombs were going to drop, and they took essentially anyone and anyone they truly cared about and hid them inside the bunkers. We're talking usually federal agents, high-ranking officials, the president at the time, and they kept themselves completely safe. See, the thing that makes them different, though, is when they came out of those bunkers, they had one goal in mind, and it wasn't save the people. It was eradicate anything and everything that was in their way for them to domain everything. Complete control over anything that they could grasp of. So that meant taking out anything that they felt unworthy. Most of those beings were anything irradiated, from super mutants to ghouls, feral or not. They even deemed wastelanders mutants. So much that you get one of the more famous lines in Fallout from a mutant himself, by the way, that worked with the Enclave, called Frank Horrigan. I believe the line is, "Time to die, mutie." Beautiful line, beautifully said, from a hulking man that absolutely murders you. But that's not the important part. As you can see, I'm looking at a note. It's rather important. See, this isn't one of Connie's notes. They came along with another. As soon as they went, they realized Connie had been taken. So what they ended up doing is they tuned into this radio with Connie beforehand, went with them, tons of raiders apparently, and like I said, Connie was taken. From there was mentions of this dabble and whatnot, and this person didn't really know much. But they do mention the radio frequency, FM 52.7. Whether or not you know, radio frequencies work on the most tiniest of decimals for it to connect properly. And this is going to be one of the more important ones. Once again, using one of my more valuable things, saving. We saw this time, as I crashed multiple times, what was it, 3 I think? It really shows that, when it comes down to it, I need to save no matter what. Even if it meant me getting illnesses or my character woke up tired, because in dirty mattresses, they don't really help other than, well, saving. I came back to this terminal, and I went to go load up the holotapes. As you saw earlier, I had 2 options. Well, that wasn't it. I had Stripes and Stars in battle with him. I put Stripes and Stars forever, or no, Stars and Stripes, my apologies. And I continued on. I had another location yet to go to. So, I began heading that way. But first, I decided getting dinner for the future wouldn't be such a bad idea. Obviously, I'm checking the weak points of a Brahmin, and I realize, for some unknown reason, it's its body. You'd think it would be one of the two ridiculously massive heads it has. And laser works better than a full shotgun, which I'm not judging, you know. A laser probably hurts a lot. I wanted to shoot out its legs so then it wouldn't run, but thankfully for me, Brahmins aren't that fast anyways. And for some reason, this one's legs did less damage than the other ones. I didn't know why, but I assumed it was the in-game mechanic of levels, because whether or not this says it, they do have different level enemies. So I shot it in the leg. It didn't do as much damage as I hoped. Reloaded, switched to my 10mm, and I started blasting it. I figured this was the best way to get rid of them, so I considered just doing the same process. I checked the body and its, well, everything. I then shot it, switched to the 10mm, and finished it off. I believe there was one more, maybe two more Brahmin, so I continued with the same process. Reloading my laser musket, shooting it, and then ending it with the pistol. What I didn't know was I ended up using the last of my bullets on it. So I take up all of the remains of the body and I start heading out, back to our next location, which happens to be yet another building. I passed through this bridge where I found Stash, a chems dealer. I didn't really need much for them, but I wanted to see what they had, and they didn't have much of anything, so I just sold whatever I didn't need. Getting as much caps as possible is always going to be useful, and the more the caps the better, because then, in that case, I'm not carrying as much weight. Caps don't weigh anything, but fragmentation mines that I won't be using are. I then ran into Art, which is one of these random encounters where, well, I didn't get to finish it anyways, but one of these guys is a synth. The other one, on the other hand, isn't. You have to figure out which is which. I messed up. That guy I shot in the face was not the synth. I just killed him because he started attacking me. But so this guy was a synth. And so I ended up shooting him. He was honestly a little bit tough. He did good damage for a guy with just a pistol. He had a stiff component, which is worth like 20 caps, maybe more. But it weighs nothing, so it was worth taking. So I did just that. And then this is where things get interesting. I entered this location thinking, oh, not going to be much of a problem, whatnot. Immediately, there's enemies. And, well, I had to get through them if I wanted to do what I wanted to do.
There has to be at least one of those things.
Nah, they never do want to talk. There now. It hadn't come to that. Who? I can carry something. Hey, who's there?
Nothing. It looks that way.
Got it.
Looks like Raider Heaven in here.
Yo,
Looking for something specific?
Mine's made up. I'm doing it.
Why? Taking off the Revere Beach?
Damn straight.
You're seriously gonna jump ship? Join another crew?
Who wouldn't? Living on the coast, killing anyone you please. Sounds like Cinder's a savvy.
Detective Valentine. Nick. Listen, I'm sorry.
Why do I even
You've got every right to be upset. But you need to believe me when I tell you I had no idea. Operation Winter's End was my baby. I believed in it. I still believe in it. They kept us all in the dark, me included. I got briefed this afternoon. They laid it all out. The whole thing. Winter's deal with the DA, his agreement to bring down the other families, his idea to record the holotapes and incriminate all known associates. And them needing a legitimate op and a real task force to make it all look like Winter was the focus. It was the plan all along, Nick. There's nothing we can do. Winter was a stoolie for the feds. He reported directly to the BADTFL, all on the books. For his cooperation, Winter will be granted total immunity. Effective immediately, Operation Winter's End is to cease all investigations and operations. The task force is hereby dismissed. We played our part, pal. Not the part we thought, but hey, it happens. Now we're just another box in the file room. Nick, listen. Everything that's happened with Winter, with Jenny, it's more than any one man should have to handle. You need help. Boston PD has been working with the eggheads at CIT. Some new program they have to deal with trauma. Scanning brainwaves or some such. I'll get you the info. You're going. That's an order.
Now that I'm done killing those raiders, I come over here to find Connie, who's dead, and two things. See, this holotape, which is encrypted, and I'm not smart enough to hack through it. But there is a note. This note says, check the wall. I know I didn't show it, but I already knew it. This cigarette paper then has password, El Diablo, otherwise known as the devil. Simple Spanish and whatnot. So I go back, I go to find, there it is, the FM 52.7 holotape. Enter the password. I ended up checking the instruction manual and whatnot I needed. Am I checking it? There we go. Instruction manual has nothing, can never record audio, transcriptions. I looked through all of them. It's conversations between Connie and some unknown person. Ex-Enclave. See, they've been looking for this armor as well. And Connie wasn't going to ever give them some details. So Connie died with the secret, literally with them, on this encrypted piece of hardware. Connie now dead, I did what any man would do. I took the gumdrops, because who doesn't like gumdrops? I went around looting whatever else I could, unlocking a couple doors, unlocking a couple terminals, and after that, well, I knew what I needed to do. Continue back on my quest. But as, like I said, I went looting like any person would. Found the guns and bullets, permanently increasing ballistic weapons damage by 5%. Not bad, not too good, but still, it helped me in general. Ended up hacking. I think I failed it the first time because I was being lazy and just rushed through everything. Which, it happens, you know. No one wants to be doing this for 5 hours, mushing up their brain, after I decided to take a nice chill break from whatever I was doing to play video games. I'm over here trying to think, oh, does this match with this and that and this? Honestly, I had no idea. What I did know is I'm taking forever. Hurry up. Hit the button. What you waiting for? Do it. Wow, this guy's taking forever, man. Who does he think he is? He thinks we have all day or something? Like, it doesn't take this long to hack a terminal, buddy. Come on. Why the hell am I taking so long? I don't remember taking this long. I removed another dud. Congratulations. And another one. You can remove another one if you go a little bit lower. Go right, go right. There you go. There you go. You found it. Boom. Removed. Hurry up. Choose something. There's 6 things. You've hit 3 of them. That's wrong. Sunk. Hit sunk, maybe. Hard? Nope, it's not hard. Hit sunk. Come on. Less. It has to be less then. Because there's nothing else, right? You've hit call. Oh, wait. What are you doing? What are you doing? You've hit. I knew I didn't get it on the first try. Oh, God. Why? Why is he such an idiot? Come on, man. Anyways, I think I got this like immediately. Yeah, I did. I unlocked the safe, got some rather mediocre gear. Like, what is it? Evidence, some ammo, money, pipe pistol. I wasn't gonna take that. Came over here, look at what they had, blah blah blah. I think, just maybe, there was more people in this building with me. Started checking bodies, double checked that I searched everything and whatnot. I'm over here wondering, where do I have to walk now? I unlocked this door. Or I should. Maybe I'm gonna take 5 hours to unlock this door like I did with unlocking that terminal. Oh, I favorited the laser pistol. Yeah, I just got that, as you saw. And honestly, laser pistol, very useful gun. I broke a bobby pin. What an idiot. I then proceed to unlock the door. Yes, I do.
Nice.
Wonder glue. Adhesive is one of the best things I can possibly find. Take that. Safe. Nothing else except the safe. Want to unlock the safe? Thank you. Piper turned on her helmet light. Which I think in turn reminds me I have mine. And I turn it on. Do I? No, I guess I don't. I unlocked this safe. I don't know why I didn't do it before. Did I not level up, Evan? Did I level up when I was killing people? I don't know. If I did, I just told you guys. No. I leveled up back in like... No.
Sweet.
Who knows when I leveled up? Does it really matter? Not really.
Hey,
Help yourself.
I tell Piper to carry a bunch of my junk again, per usual. This time I had, I think, a whole mini nuke in my inventory if I hadn't given it to her yet. Or did I? I did. There's the people I was talking about. Finally found you. I've been wanting to see you. Ow. That burns. What the fuck? I had no water at this point, so I couldn't really do much except deal with the pain. And obviously inject more dehydrating stem packs into me. You think the government would make a healing supplement that, you know, hydrates your body? Nope. No, they wouldn't. Searched whatever they had. Honestly, they didn't have much. I ended up taking a leg, I guess. That was. Came over here, wanting to upgrade hacker. Wasn't high enough level for it. Did I just... You guys saw what I saw, right? I totally just did not realize I didn't level it up. And just went off. I wonder if I ever used that skill point later on. Doesn't matter. I find another terminal. I realize, hey, there's a door first. I'm gonna unlock this. See, behind this door was honestly just a couple meaningless things. I think buff out counter drugs I can collect. Oh, stem pack and some ammo, I guess. Was that ammo? I saw something blue. I grabbed this audio, which is for another quest, which maybe we'll do later on, but honestly not important to any of our main things. I go and, per usual, I take 5 centuries unlocking a damn terminal. Why does it take this long? Honestly, I don't know. But I did take that long.
Are an artist. Are all the assassins from Russia as good as you? I seriously doubt it. But listen, it's safe with me. Eddie Winter, signing off.
Jeez, this guy's taking even longer. Hurry up. And I got locked out. Of course I got locked out. Why wouldn't I get locked out? Why are you spinning in circles? You're not a dog. My goodness. And you pick up dog food? Maybe this guy is a dog. 0. Come on, you almost have it. You almost have it. Come on, come on, come on, come on. You got this. You got this. You can do it. I believe in you. Wow, I'm really searching deep for one of these damn things. Ha! You didn't get any tiles reset, you damn loser. Just another dud removed. I'm yawning over here. Ah, you got locked out again. No, stop spinning. Why are you spinning? 10 seconds. Do you not know how many seconds are in 10 seconds? There you go. Wow. The one time you decide to click them early is when you get a tower reset right away. That must have been infuriating. It was. It was actually quite fucking annoying. It had to be Volt. Why Volt? This was a bunch of useless information. You didn't need this except for one thing that was, like I said, for another side quest that you do for Nick Valentine. Which you'll see him later on. Cool guy. But, yeah. I didn't need that for until way later on. I did find some pocketed things. I wanted them because they were supposed to increase my carry weight. But it doesn't matter when you're inside, you know, a power armor. Believe it or not, wearing armor below armor usually doesn't help with said upper armor. Crazy, I know. Anyways, I was done looting this damn place, and it was time to leave. I wasted so much time just existing here. Those terminals, man. I still have nightmares of those terminals. Now that I was on the outside, I immediately knew of one important thing. After killing some dogs, of course. Because, well, they were in my way. Took them down, got whatever I needed, ended up having to fight an alpha. Vicious. So I let Piper do it. Took down this alpha stalker, and I took this fusion core, which I knew that would be up there from in the previous time I was here. After that, I continued on with my quest. Of course, per usual, I ended up running into one of the other things I can find in the Wasteland, super mutants. Take them down like I did back in Diamond City, quite easy considering the fact, well, they all had melee weapons. Well, at least these two did. The others I didn't plan on running into, so I continued on foot, heading to my next location. I knew it was going to be there, but clearly you don't. I end up heading through more of the city, destroyed, tattered, whatnot, run into some bandits. See, took on one of their turrets, but there was more behind me, but I decided they're not worth the hassle. But these guys, well, they were in my way. I ended up taking down the first one, waited, dog came, second guy comes through, shoot him down, searched the bodies. I looked around for another one, and I couldn't find them. After that, I continued moving. I passed by Swan's pawn, and if you don't know who Swan is, well, I'm sure we might run into him a bit later. I ended up continuing walking through the waste. I found a couple more super mutants, a couple more enemies, but I mostly ignored anything I could. Continued through, and finally, I got to the radio station that I needed to arrive to. I go over and I start looking around, but before I can access the terminal, something else shows up. Mole rats of all damn things that could appear. So before anything, I dealt with them.
I've seen better days, haven't I?
You picked on the wrong people today.
Decided to use the critical on this mole rat. Might as well, considering it was the last one out there. I looted whatever I could, and I went back to my quest. This terminal. It was one of the other relay towers, and this one was, well, the most important. After extending it, per usual, I have to back out, dumbly enough, because I have to watch as this thing raises. So I stood there waiting as much as I could do, which was the only thing I can do in this moment. Finally, it was ready, and I got all the new signals. So that meant it was time for me to go and access the terminal again. I access it. Sure enough, I used the tape, the 57.2, 47.2, one or the other. And now I was given new quest. I began heading down to my new marker, and well, it was quite of a walk. But per usual, I do what I have to do. But I lost another fusion core. Thankfully, I just found another. So I still had one in the chamber and 3 left, 4 in total, and not that much of a destination to go. I got stuck on a rock, apparently. The usual things that happen in Wasteland. Mutants, ghouls, a rabid radstag. Now, normally I'm not worried about these things. They're deers that have been mutated. This one, for some reason, had a skull, and it was rabid, which meant it wasn't going to run away from me. And I realized upon VATS, I didn't do much damage to this thing, and I know they have automatic kill animations, and I wasn't too confident in my health. So I decided, well, I'm going to blast it as much as I can and pray for the best. Thankfully, I got a double hit crit. I then made a 180, jumped on top of this train cart. I guess I failed to jump. Took out my laser pistol and began blasting. Thankfully, Piper, being the good human shield that she is, took most of the hits. I searched the rack stack, took its meat, took its hide, and I knew I couldn't get inside this building by conventional means, so I tried climbing. Sadly for me, I'm not the best at jumping up things, apparently. As you'll currently see, I missed that jump, and I missed the first jump, actually. Come back up, go up again, decided, okay, second time's a charm. And nope, I missed, overshot it. What can you say? But then again, the phrase does go, third's time is the charm. So hopefully I don't mess up. There we go. I make the jump, head around the corner, and I failed again. Whoever decided to put parkour inside an adventure game like this, with the mechanics not too well built for jumping, I hate you. We're not friends, and we never will be. But I put away my sorrows, and I continued back down the path. Climbing, jumping, whatnot. And I made the jump this time. One last one, and I wasn't going to fail it. I got inside the building I needed to, and there was a trunker. So of course, I go over and I picklock it. First thing I'm always going to do. Thankfully for me, I've played hours and hours of Skyrim. A simple trunk was never going to be a problem for me. After all, I've picklocked master locks while being a novice. Skyrim doesn't make sense, but it makes more sense than this. I open this door for Piper, and I turn around, being greeted by a nice, good old family of mole rats. Deciding, ew, you're disgusting, I shoot them, Not before the broodmother decides, hey, you're a bitch, and began attacking me. Thankfully for me, I had a laser pistol, and they had teeth. Guess who wins in that scenario? Me. Piper got in my way, per usual, but it's fine because she managed to kill the other 2 mole rats I needed dead. After searching their bodies, taking meats, hide, irradiated blood, pretty nice add-on, I headed down into this utility tunnel. Looking through the many things of loot I had, and feasting, I walked in, only to be greeted by a glowing rad roach. I shot it dead, and that was that. I leveled up. But then another one came. Annoying. So I shot it. And another one came. So I shot it. 3 of them. Wow. What a pain in my ass. But I did level up, and I got another fusion core. Perfect. Realizing I had 2 level ups, surely I used them both. Nope,
Hey.
I used none of them.
Take a peek.
Instead, I go over to Piper, and I'm guessing I give her some of my junk, cause what else could explain the fact I'm not using my level up points? I'm gonna end up getting back to my game and recording more, only to realize I still haven't used those level up points, and finally use them in the start of the next video. But no, I'm sure someone smart like me would find them eventually. Oh look, a legendary glowing mole rat. I shot it, only to realize that the tunnel was set with gasoline, and this thing was charging towards me fast. But, using my old ancient methods, I used Piper as a meat shield and killed the damn thing. Walking over to it, I realized it had a chest piece. Not bad, but I have power armor. Honestly, I wish there was legendary power armor. Maybe there is, maybe there's not. I don't really know, but a legendary power armor piece would probably come really in handy for me. Coming along another door, I decided, well, I might as well get through it. Usually there's good things on the other side. Hacking it, and hopefully not taking 5 ages like I did last time. Which I didn't. Second time. That's luck. I look around thinking, hey, what's over here? Realizing there's a lot of drinks. So I give in to booze, taking all the vodka I possibly can carry, and a taboo tattoos. More facial tattoos. Nothing I probably won't like. But I did find this holotape.
What's taking you so long?
Honestly, it seems some pre-war stuff, and it wasn't that important. I also found the password for who knows what. It didn't really matter. So I did continue looking around, looting what I could. Wonder glue, stem packs, a couple other ammos and whatnot. Meanwhile, this annoying guy kept talking in my ear. Realizing that he wasn't real, I just kind of sounded him out. I looked around a little bit more, and obviously here is when it happens. I found it. The X-02 suit. Activating this radio opened the door, and I looked at it in all its glory. It's beautiful. Had a fusion core with it already, so you knew I was in love. And per the rules, I get to change chassis. And that's what I did. Hopping out of my old rusty dusty T45 chassis, I walked right over to this beautiful black behemoth that is the Black Devil. X-02. Putting it on, in all my happiness, I looked around once more and I took all of my remaining armor out of this suit.
Heads up.
I talked to Piper, who I knew was going to be able to use it, but then she didn't want to trade with me. And that's when I started getting shot at. Realizing I'm taking a lot of damage, I immediately pop a stim pack, and I'm pretty thirsty by now. But still, I have no water, so I'm using Piper as a human shield. I do end up trading with her, giving her some things, such as the helmet. At least I tried to, and then, well, she was over encumbered. So I took the fat man, and I tried giving her the helmet again. First legs, right? Did so then her capacity is increased. Equipping her with better torso, better whatnot, etc., etc. And now she had the helmet. It was good. I had less weight, she had more armor. I could walk around and, well, I couldn't care about anything else, honestly. My own benefit was the real big thing about this. Except, I was still 50 pounds over, because, you know, these things are heavy. You think me putting a ton of my points into strength would have helped. And strong back would help too, but nope. Not as much as I wished. I decided to let Piper deal with these guys. I mean, well, I looked at this terminal. I had one thing to do. Help a person that the request was I destroy the Enclave signal for good. Making sure that none of the remnants can come and, well, regroup as a team. Of course, I couldn't just not agree with them. The Enclave were terrible people. And sure enough, when the option came, I did the only thing that made sense. I short-circuited the radio transmission. The Enclave was now no longer going to be anyone's problem. And I got this cool-ass mod out of it, so it was pretty worth it for me. Piper had killed the last guy, and I invoked one of my rules. I'm allowed to leave the armor under certain circumstances, but I activated this first and looked at that sniper. There it was, the power armor station. I could modify anything with inside the chassis, so I got out of my beautiful new suit. And, of course, I did the only thing I could do. I went over to crafting, went to the chest piece, and I equipped the Devil Inferno's mod. Essentially, anything that comes near me burns alive. So, any melee type, honestly, is gonna have a good time with me. And I think I burned a few rad roaches while I was walking on my way out, so it was pretty useful, in fact. But I did have one big problem. My weight. See, picking up a ton of power armor pieces, surprisingly, get this, is heavy. Who would have thought? And still, I didn't use my 2 level up points. Oh no, I did. Wow! I grew a brain cell and did something finally. It was amazing. So I ended up looting what I could, walking around slowly, but on tons of vodka that I ended up finding, and I think whiskey, I made sure to give as much as I could to Piper, and I started heading out. Sooner or later, at least. There we go. I began walking out, now drunk, and, well, passing my physical limits. I started heading back to Diamond City, which I knew was going to be the closest place for me to save. It was a bit of a travel, but it honestly wasn't that much of a hassle. And that's how I got the X-02 suit. So, I do hope you guys enjoyed the video. And if you did, please like and subscribe. And tune in, see when the next video I'm going to upload is, and we'll see what armor I get next. But I think I have an idea, and I think it might start with X as well.